We in our robe today. We in a robe and the bonnet today, y'all. Yes, yes. I don't know what time it is over there, but it's that time over here. Okay, I'm tired. Just got off work. Okay, so what up, though? What's good? It's your girl Raw, back at it, like DJ Khaled said, with uh, another one, another one. Y'all not gonna like this one. Y'all not gonna like this one. So let me. I got y'all too close. I'm gonna get y'all out my face for a second. Y'all look too close. Okay. Y'all still look close, but we just gonna work with it. We gonna work with it. So, I was trying to watch a video by Nick Jones or whatever. He has a podcast. He's a Christian podcaster and he does reaction videos or whatever, whatever. Cool, right? Okay, so it was a rapper on there that that video he was discussing or whatever. I couldn't even watch the whole video. Like I didn't even get a chance to like let it play because they were speaking on uh, ancestors and orishas and all those things, right? Okay, for those who's been here for a while know that I used to partake in some of those practices or whatever. I didn't get too deep into it because I didn't summons anything, but I was very close to going down that road or whatever. So with that being said, after I converted back, converted my life back to Christ, devoted my life to Christ, renounced all those things that I used to do and asked God to forgive me. I went and got baptized, all the things, right? So now that I'm a follower of Jesus Christ, um, I've learned a lot of things, and a lot of people gonna argue with me, and that's fine. You can say what you gotta say. That's why the title of this video says you're not gonna like what I have to say. So, with that being said, um, those ancient gods and goddesses that are in Egypt, the ones in the pyramids, the ones that we still see to this day, even the ones that don't have monuments and things like that, those were a part of the fallen angels. Now, in BC times, there were, okay, let's go Bible first because this is a Christ channel, if you didn't know. So, yes, we always talk about the Bible over here. In the Bible, um, Satan, you know, was kicked out of heaven, right? He wasn't the only one kicked out of heaven. He had a group of people that was kicked out of heaven with him, but they were his followers. They was following him in heaven, and they follow his butt to hell. You know what I'm saying? So that's why we got to be careful who we follow. Okay, side message. Okay, with that being said, the fallen angels, they all had this heavenly knowledge, which means they knew a lot of heavenly knowledge. That means they had heavenly gifts and they were heavenly beings at one point in time, right? So they weren't of the people of this world because of where they came from. So now let's go back to history. In the past, in BC time, the the gods and the goddesses, like in the Bible, said they had sex with and they made it and had babies with not just people, animals, and whatever they can have sex with. They were having sex with all these different beasts and people, which why we have the mermaids, why we have the what you call the half horse, half man, you know what I'm saying? The half goat, half man, all those things, you know what I'm saying? That's from the gods, which are the falling angels. Um, that's what they, That's what they created. Okay? Now, when we get into it, when we get down to ancestors, okay? Because they were mating, let's get rid of the, all right, now we're going to put the animals, mermaids, and stuff to the side now. Now that they were mating with these humans, the humans that they were mating with automatically merged with them, which caused them to have their children being able to have certain gifts or whatever. You feel me? Or have certain, they call them God. Oh, you're God. You're half God, like Hercules, Zeus. Stuff like that. Okay, that's where that comes from. Okay, so now we have them, but as the bloodline weakens, the power of that bloodline weakens. So as of now, present day, if we were to practice the things of our ancestors, which are the fallen angels, which are the gods and goddesses that people are worshiping, which they don't know, unbeknownst to them, they're really worshiping Satan and his people, but they too far gone to understand that. And the only way they're going to be able to be free from the illusion, manipulation, spell that the enemy got them on, they will not be free. And that's why you got to seek Jesus, because he'll set you free. You understand? So with that being said, when people say they are practicing what their ancestors doing, you practicing them not knowing that they were worshiping ancient, you know what I'm saying, fallen angels. The fallen angels wasn't saying, they weren't telling the people. You think they were telling the people we got kicked out of heaven? No. That was not, no, it's far from what they were telling them. They was telling whatever they're telling them, which are the stories that a lot of people practice today. And that's why people have a problem with the Bible, because you're not taking the time to understand, because it talks about all these things. It goes from the beginning, when the earth began, all the way up until, Jesus, before Christ and after Christ. And now we're here living in present day, going through the same cycles as the Bible. That's why people can say they can relate to a lot of people in the Bible, because of certain cycles that we go through on a daily day basis when dealing with people. You understand? So all people are not God's people, because, like I said, people made it with the enemy and his people and had babies and created families out of this. So this is why we don't wrestle with flesh and blood. This is why we wrestle with spiritualities and principalities from wickedness in high places. Who are the wickedness in high places? The wickedness in high places, the fallen angels that came from high places, that have heavenly knowledge that was given unto them, because it never said that God took away the knowledge. But the devil doesn't have no physical power, but he had the power of manipulation, and he uses it to his power, you know. So it's like going to a magic show and you don't know how he's doing it, but your eyes been tricked. So that's what the enemy is known to do, to trick the mind, to trick the eye, to trick you. Don't fall for the trick. All right, that's all I have for y'all today. Peace, love, and hair grease. Until we meet again, it's your girl, Ra.